Once upon a time, in a quiet little village nestled between green rolling hills and golden paddy fields, there lived a kind old lady named Granny Mita. Her tiny thatched hut stood at the edge of a whispering forest, where the breeze always carried the scent of wildflowers and the songs of birds. Granny Mita lived alone, but she was never lonely. Her best friend was not a person, but a snow-white hen named Lali. Lali had been with her since she was a chick, rescued one rainy night when she had been shivering under a broken cart. From that day onward, they had been inseparable. Every morning, Granny Mita would step out of her hut carrying a small brass bowl filled with grains. The rising sun would paint the fields gold as she called out softly, "Good morning, my sweet Lali." At once, Lali would come fluttering from behind the hut, her feathers glinting like silk in the sunlight. "Cluck, cluck, cluck, cluck," she would answer, pecking at the grains and circling around Granny Mita's feet. They spoke as if they understood each other perfectly. When Granny Mita worked in her vegetable garden, Lali followed her, scratching at the soil. When Granny took her afternoon nap under the banyan tree, Lali would rest nearby, her head tucked under her wing. But Lali was no ordinary hen. Every morning, after her breakfast, she would settle inside her cozy straw nest, and out would roll a shiny golden egg. At first, Granny Mita thought it was a dream, but when she picked it up and felt the weight of real gold in her hands, her eyes filled with wonder. "Oh, heavens above! You are truly a gift of fortune, my dear Lali." She took the egg to the village market, where the jeweler tested it and gasped, "This is pure gold." Granny Mita sold it and bought rice, vegetables, warm blankets, and even a pair of new slippers. Soon word spread across the village. The potters, farmers, and shopkeepers whispered among themselves, "They say old Granny Mita has a hen that lays golden eggs." People began to visit her out of curiosity, pretending to buy vegetables but really hoping to catch a glimpse of the magical bird. Granny Mita, humble as ever, only smiled and said, "Oh, she's just my dear Lali, nothing more." But not everyone had kind thoughts. In the same village lived Gopal, a greedy merchant who always wanted more gold than he could count. When he heard about the hen, his eyes widened with greed. "A hen that lays golden eggs?" he muttered, rubbing his hands. "If I had that hen, I'd be the richest man in the land." That night, under a sliver of moonlight, Gopal crept through the shadows towards Granny Mita's hut. The crickets chirped, the wind whispered through the bamboo, and even the dogs seemed to sense something wicked. Inside, Granny Mita was fast asleep, dreaming peacefully. But Lali, ever watchful, stirred in her nest. She heard the soft crunch of footsteps and saw the glint of a lantern outside. Her feathers ruffled. When the sneaky merchant reached out to grab her, Lali suddenly flapped her wings and let out a loud, piercing cluck, cluck, cluck. Startled, Granny Mita woke up with a gasp. She grabbed her lantern and stepped outside, her heart pounding. "Who's there?" she cried. The golden light from her lantern caught Gopal's face, eyes wide, caught in the act. "Thief!" shouted Granny Mita, waving her wooden walking stick. "How dare you try to steal my Lali?" Gopal panicked and tried to run, but in his hurry, he tripped over a pile of firewood. He tumbled to the ground, got up covered in dust, and fled into the darkness. Granny Mita sighed and patted her brave hen. "Oh, my clever little guardian," she said lovingly, "you are worth more than all the gold in the world." That day onward, she became more cautious. She hid Lali's golden eggs in a clay pot buried under her bed and told everyone that her hen had stopped laying them. The villagers soon lost interest, and peace returned to her little home. Days turned into months. Granny Mita and Lali lived happily together, sharing the quiet rhythm of the seasons. In the evenings, Granny would light a small oil lamp, sit by the hearth, and tell stories of kings, fairies, and forests. Lali would listen, perched on a low stool, her eyes half closed, sometimes tilting her head as if she understood every word. When the wind howled outside, Granny would laugh softly and say, "Don't be afraid, my Lali. The forest spirits are just singing their lullaby." Then came winter, cold and harsh. The sky grew gray and the wind carried the chill of frost. Granny Mita fell sick one night with fever. She grew weaker each day and could hardly stand. Lali noticed immediately. She sat beside Granny's pillow, refusing to leave her side. One morning, Granny whispered weakly, "Oh, my little one, I wish I had the strength to feed you." But Lali shook her feathers and hopped away, only to return a moment later carrying a shiny silver coin in her beak. She dropped it beside Granny's pillow and clucked softly. The next day, she brought a small red berry, then a bright glass bead from the yard. Every morning she returned with a tiny gift, as if saying, "Don't worry, I'll take care of you now." Granny Mita's heart melted. Tears rolled down her wrinkled cheeks as she stroked Lali's feathers. "Oh, you are worth more than all the gold in the world, my darling." Days passed, and slowly, with the warmth of the fire and the company of her loyal friend, Granny Mita began to recover. When spring arrived, the hills turned green again, and the fields shimmered with yellow mustard flowers. Granny Mita stepped outside for the first time in weeks. Leaning on her stick, Lali fluttered beside her, clucking joyfully. "See, my Lali," she said, smiling at the sky, "the world feels new again." The greedy merchant Gopal never returned. Perhaps he learned that greed only leads to shame. But the villagers often saw Granny Mita walking through the field, Lali trotting proudly beside her. Children would run up to her and ask, "Granny Mita, tell us the story of the golden hen again." And she would laugh softly, her eyes twinkling. "Ah, my dear ones, remember, true treasure is not gold or silver, but love and friendship." Then Lali would give a happy little cluck, as if agreeing with every word. From that day onward, the villagers often said that Granny Mita's hut glowed brighter than any palace, not because of gold, but because of the warmth of her heart and the loyalty of her clever hen. And when the sun set behind the hills, painting the fields in shades of amber and rose, you could still hear the soft sound of Granny Mita's laughter and Lali's cheerful cluck-cluck echoing gently through the golden air.